Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's game, we should look to the war up front. The Eagles are top 10 in rushing yards, and they're going up against the Saints team that will need to keep the running game in check.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down following the run.
No. Check. Patriot. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
All right, here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. First down, he'll drop to throw it, and he fires one incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. To throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They'll set up to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Come on, let's go. What? None. What? None. Ohio.
Looking to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Gone. Leopard. Leopard. Set. Lead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run. And while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
To throw now on second and 10. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. A big seam, and he might go all the way. great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
He's got his man on the crossing route. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Let's go! Ohio!
On first down, they run with Howard. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy! Hey. Got three down. Let's go! What? None! Check that. Go like 52 right here.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Drop to throw. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Second down to the offense needing 5 yards.
Leopard! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Hey, switch gears.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Saints will take... over with a first down and 10. First throw for the backup, Davis Webb. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw on second down, here's Webb. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That pick-6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They are in the second quarter down in Miami. The Bills have taken an early lead against the Dolphins. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Let's go! Green 39!
Throwing after the interception. Webb. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick-6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So 2nd and 10 here. To throw again. Webb. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Incomplete. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard, right on the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
in this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter up in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. On first down, it's Webb. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, these turnovers are a big, big problem. And a huge part of why they're behind on the scoreboard, too. It's now fumble and interception on back-to-back drives. And you just can't expect to do that and be successful in the NFL or any league for that matter.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
Again, it's Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard. Watch it now, Barney.
From the gun on third down, Webb. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now the offense lining up first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go with Howard again. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, and it's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange.
He's got him in. Complete. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, Webb. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 3rd down, Webb. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Really in a hole here. 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
All right, here we go. All right, now look at 56. Look at it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Checking things elsewhere. 3rd quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A give to Howard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Webb to throw. They'll set up the screen to Howard. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Here's Webb. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
A play fake. Now Webb. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So the chain gang now done for the drive. Ball on the 10, first and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Coming this way, here we go.
Now Webb. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 12. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the play clock's running down. This is Howard on second down. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
All right, here we go.
They go counter with Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll return it from the 6. It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They'll run it now out of the gun. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They'll try the option on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the